Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Bharat Jain D365. So today let's try to explore a little bit about sales tax. Let's try to understand how sales tax code can be set up where the calculation is based on amount per unit and how sales tax code can be set up which includes base amount plus other tax code that is added before calculating the tax percentage. So let's try to understand this with an example. In my case, I have considered energy sector. So I have a base amount of let's say quantity 100, unit price is 300, total is 30,000. This is my line amount when I create purchase order. On this amount, I need to calculate carbon tax, which is CO2, which is based on per unit. So it is 10 per unit. So in this case, 100 into 10,000. I also need to calculate duties, which is 25 per unit. So let's understand how tax code can calculate based on per unit. The other example is once the system adds these two tax code on the base amount, this is the total amount. Now my tax code, which is 25% in this case, should calculate based on total amount and not based on base amount, which is the usual calculation of the tax. So let's see how this tax code can be set up. Let's go to system. So let's go to modules, tax, go to indirect taxes, sales tax codes. So first let's create tax code for amount per unit. So click new. I'm going to collect tax code as CO2 tax. Okay, so let's select settlement period. So I have made a video where I'll explain how settlement period can be set up, how ledger posting group will impact. So you can have a look at that video. Now, for a system to calculate tax code per unit, scroll down to calculation. Under calculation parameter, under origin, select the option amount per unit. So this makes sure the tax code is based on per unit and then specify the unit. So whichever unit you are going to use in the purchase order, you can specify that unit here. So I'm taking each as an example, and then to fill the values, click select tax code, click on values. So I will enter the value here. So system is not going to consider this as percentage. Instead, it's going to consider this as amount. So this is for CO2. So let's create one more for duties. Click new. Let's say I need fuel duties. So I will enter duties, fill the mandatory values, settlement period, ledger posting group. Now here under origin, let's make this also amount per unit, specify the unit each, go to sales tax code, click on values, define the value that should be added for calculation. So I will select 20, or let's understand the example I've taken. Yeah, it's 25. So let me make it as 25, save. Now let's create another sales tax code, and this time the tax code is the actual percentage. So let's go back. Let's say 25% VAT. Now here again fill all the values. Now, so this is not based on amount. So this is what the tax code should calculate on the total amount including other tax codes. So in the origin, select instead of net amount percentage of gross amount. The other important field is the marginal base. In the marginal base, we need to select the option invoice total include other sales tax amount. So this makes sure the system is going to consider other sales tax amount before calculating the actual sales tax code. Now let's fill the value, go to sales tax code, values, enter the tax percentage. So in my case it's 25, save. Let's go back. So this is how you create different tax code. Now let's group this in the sales tax group. So go to sales tax group, click new. So I will enter energy here. Now once you create the group, let's add all the tax codes that we have created. So let's go CO2 tax. Then we have fuel duties, and then the actual 25% tax code. So I'm going to add all three here. So once we add under sales tax group, let's repeat the step in item sales tax group. So click new, enter energy, add all the three tax codes that's created, CO2, and the other one is fuel duties. So once we add all three, now let's verify this under calculation. So I've already created a purchase order. So let me open the existing purchase order. So let me go to all purchase order, select the purchase order. I've already created purchase order as an example. So let's add the line here. So select the item number. I'm randomly picking all the values, so let's pick item. Now when I enter, let's say I'm going to quantity as 100, and let's consider unit price 300. So this will help us for the calculation. So once I add this, now let's add the tax code. Go to line details, setup. Under setup, let's select the tax code. Item sales tax group energy, sales tax group energy. So let me just add that. Save. Now click on sales tax to verify the tax. So here you can see for the CO2 and the fuel duties, it's calculated based on quantity, and that's why the amount origin is 0. So it is 10, which is the amount, into quantity 100, which is 1000 and 2500. Now the line amount in this case, if you consider here, is 30,000, but the system has considered base amount is 33,500. That is because 30,000 is the line amount plus 3,500, which is the other tax amount. Including this, the total amount is 33,500. On top of this, system is calculating 25%, which is 8375. So that is how you can create a tax code based on amount per unit. You can also create sales tax code where it is calculating including other sales tax code. That's it for today's video. Thank you.